Check, 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 check. Let's see. All right, y'all. We are live on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Y'all, welcome to Track Talk. Welcome to the live stream. If you have never been here before, let me give a quick rundown of the structure of this live stream and what we do. This Track Talk, this live stream is called Track Talk. These are 20 to 30 minute long multiple listen consultations on the structure of your music. Over those 20 to 30 minutes and those multiple listens, we will get into breaking down your mix and master, production elements, sound design, lyric and song formatting, so on and so on. The goal is to offer specific, professional, and actionable feedback on the structure of your music. It is not a quick play or a quick review, but it is a long form consultation over the structure of your music. There's no trash or pass, no ratings, no polls, nothing like that. The sole focus is to make sure that we're offering value and giving actionable feedback for artists, producers, engineers, musicians, songwriters, so on and so on. If you would like to submit for a consultation, Kalashnik, welcome in. I appreciate you hopping in. It's on Key, welcome in. Opal, welcome in. I see y'all over on TikTok. Thank y'all so much for being here. If you would like to submit for a consultation, then make sure if you're on TikTok, go to my profile, click on the link. You'll see Track Talk submission there. If you're on Twitch, hit on the link from there and you'll see everything that you need. Welcome in, welcome in. It's good to see you. Thank you for hopping in over on TikTok. I appreciate you being here. Let me pull this over here. Give me just one moment to get this loaded up. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I got that up and running. Fantastic. How are you feeling today? I appreciate you hopping in. If y'all are coming in for the first time, Dev, welcome in. Dev, thank you so much for hopping in as well. If you're over on TikTok, make sure you're tapping the screen, share out the live with a few people, and don't forget to send in your heart me for the day. It does help boost the live a little bit, get you a little bit more exposure if you are wanting to send in your music as well. Let me double check a few things as we get things rolling. Devin's in the building. What's up, Devin? What's up? What's up? Good to see you. I appreciate you hopping in. Welcome in, y'all. Let's double check a few things. What's happening, man? What's happening? Good to see you. How you feeling these days? Y'all keep tapping the screen, keep tapping the screen. Once again, if you do want to send in for a consultation, all those details are at my link tree. Once again, you can find that on Twitch by hitting !submit, on YouTube by going to my description, and on TikTok by going to my profile and clicking on the link. In fact, on TikTok, you can just follow loosely the steps that are right here. Follow those details follow the details there on the screen. 2025 has been a wild ride, my friend. I am right there with you. It feels like it has been a blur. It feels like it has been chaotic. I feel like so many things have happened this year that I don't even know where to begin. It has been a wild ride for Libby and I as well, man. I hope for the most part that everything is well with you, but it's tough. Upgraded your studio spot. So we actually moved. I'm trying to think of the last time you were here, Devin. We moved back. So we were in Dallas for about 2.5 years. We moved back to San Antonio, and this is my home studio here in San Antonio. I know some of it's kind of blocked off, but there's another half of the room over there where I've got live drums and stuff like that. But yeah, it's probably almost twice the size or nearly twice the size of my last studio. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I'm in the process of changing a bunch of stuff in here. So I'm going to be selling a bunch of things and kind of consolidating into a bit of a more little bit higher quality setup. Hopefully I'm switching out my drums right now. I have a new kit, switching out my drums. I'm going to be selling some synths and getting some better ones and kind of consolidating a few things. Logan, welcome in. Thank you so much for hopping in. How are you feeling today? So I'm working on getting everything listed now and cleaning everything up and whatever, but it's kind of a mess. It's kind of rowdy in here. But it is a good space for what I'm doing. Top Connor, welcome in. All right, let me see. Let me double check over here. All right. How y'all feeling? Y'all, welcome in. All right, let me just test, get everything up. Yep, everything should work. There's the line. Line has been updated since yesterday. Pro Tools is up. Synths are up. Beautiful. All All right, I think everything's working. Thank y'all so much for hopping in. We are live on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok right now. I appreciate y'all being here so much. If you're coming in for the first time, welcome to Track Talk. Welcome to the live stream. We're here to do some consultations. I've been, working on some other music projects and some studio projects here for most of the day. God, I can't talk. Most of the day, and so working on cleaning up some instruments I got too. I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. But for tonight, our goal is to do some consultation. So if you're interested in a consultation, these are 20 to 30 minutes long. It's not a quick review. There's no trash or pass ratings or polls. It's not just like a pay to play or a quick play or anything like that. It is a 20, I would say usually most of the time, 25 to 30 minute long consultation. We're going to go over the structure of your mix and master, production elements, sound design, lyric structure. We're going to get into the nuances. Power and Grace, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. I appreciate it. We're going to go over the nuances of your music. Spend a good chunk of time really getting into those details to offer some specific and actionable feedback on the structure of your music. So if that's interesting to you, all of those details are at my link tree. Just click on Track Talk Submission and read through and follow all the steps there. While I'm waiting, Daniel's in the building. What's up, Daniel? Welcome in. Let me just make sure I have my email updated as well. And hopefully we can get Jamina, welcome in. Appreciate you hopping in. Hopefully we can get Son of Synth back in here as well. EC, welcome in. How are you feeling today? Sorry if y'all can hear my allergies. It's kind of brutal right now. I've been working with a bunch of dusty instruments today, so that's I think that's part of what's my dust allergies are really, really bad. So I think that's a little bit of what's going on here. Do, 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 do. Sorry for the sniffles, y'all. All right, let me double check this. And move this here real quick. Oof. I feel like I need to sneeze. It's true. It's true. I have a bunch of old brass and wind instruments that I'm trying to see what's worth what's worth fixing up, what's worth sending to someone, or what's worth just like flipping as is. I was kind of some old storage stuff that was given to me, and so I've got some old instruments. I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do with them because they're really expensive to it's really expensive to fix a lot of them if I have some additional issues with it. Excuse me, girl. Jesus. God. All right. Sorry, yo. It's a nightmare. A couple years back, I started condensing my tracks to just a tad over 2 minutes long, as I feel today's audience doesn't have the attention span to listen to a full track. Camilla, welcome in as well. I appreciate you being here. Here's what I would say. And this is, I think, a hard thing for a lot of, this is not you, this is everyone speaking to myself. People have a long attention span for songs they really like that are long. And so I think that is the challenge for so many people is like, yeah, if you're trying to optimize for playlisting and optimize for, social media and people's like current attention spans, what I have found, having like listened to a lot of long songs that have billions of streams, or near 1 billion streams, having watched a lot of TV that has hour and 10-minute episodes, you know what I mean? I think that the attention span thing, I'm still kind of dissecting this myself. This is not a well thought out concept yet. I'm still kind of working this out. I kind of feel like because of the oversaturation of creative industries, a lot of creatives and people that talk about creatives have used attention spans as an excuse to not create good art because it's not even worth it to create good art because no one has attention spans anymore. But I feel like I'm pretty severely ADHD, and I feel like I can focus on something I really like, right? And if there's a show that gets my attention, I am going to sit down and I'm going to watch it all the way through, and I'm going to put my phone down. If it's kind of meh, I'm going to be on my phone during it. I have a short attention span then. Same with music. There's some songs out there. Actually, there's one I want to bring up as an example. Let me pause this. I appreciate you. Yeah, it just depends. Let me see what the song. Let's see what the song is. Let me see what the song is. Yeah, this is crazy. Okay, so this song, let me know if y'all have heard, if you're coming into the chat, on any of these different platforms. Let me actually move this over here so I can see. Exactly. Do y'all know Ray? Do you know Ray? Raye. She's an amazing artist. Amazing artist. Like really talented. Really talented artist. If you don't, you should check out Ray. This song, she has a song with 070 Shake. Tyler, welcome in. She has a song with 070 Shake, which is called Escapism. This song was massive. It's still a huge song, but it was a massive record. I think last maybe 2 years ago at this point. That song is 4.5 minutes long, and this is a modern pop record. Yucca, welcome in. This is a modern pop and R&B record, kind of alternative pop record. It's got a beautiful production. I love it so much. The song is 4.5 minutes long, and this is not like a ballad. It's not a rock ballad. Like this is the song. It's a fast BPM. It's a quick pace, alternative R&B song, right? Alternative pop song. The song has 1.15 billion streams. 1.15 billion streams. So, and then she, one of her next biggest songs, 174 million streams, 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Probably the actual next biggest song has 298 million streams, 3 minutes and 51 seconds. So I say all that to say, Jay Jordan, welcome in. I say all that to say that if you make stuff that people really connect to, and the structure is interesting and the lyrics are engaging, and it actually takes some talent to do, and actually is engaging for people, they'll listen. They will sit down and they'll listen. I'm still working out this concept in my mind, but I do genuinely think that the attention span thing is just an excuse to not put effort into art. Even if it's subconscious, even if it's subconscious. And I know I'm harping on this one point. So I make 2-minute songs, 100%. I have songs that are 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and they're optimized more for playlisting. They're optimized for platforms a little bit more, stuff like that. But it also just, I know when my song's not that engaging. I think most of us do, if we're honest with ourselves. Most of us know when our music isn't really engaging. We know it's not the quality we want it to be. We know that the instrumentation is a bit looped. We know that it might be, a little bit too monotonous and too consistent. We know when we're not putting effort into our vocal performance. I think most artists, if they're really honest with themselves, they kind of know that they're not putting in the effort that they think they probably should. But I think the fear is that if I put in the effort, I still won't reap the reward. I still won't get streams. I still won't get paid. And so they just never do. And we all are kind of lazy with our music. And then you get this like lazy culture of creativity across a lot of different art forms. Because we're like, man, if I put in effort and it doesn't work, I'm just going to be disappointed. And in order to mitigate my disappointment, I'm going to make lazy art. And so if it doesn't do well, I have an excuse. And I think that's a lot of creatives today. Instead of creating the best possible art in service of the art form, because art is powerful and creativity is powerful. And I wish I focused more on that. So I'm speaking to myself too. And I wish more creatives focused on that as well. And I do think if they did, and if I did, and all of us did, the landscape for creativity and art and expression would look very different. And I feel like art would be a bit more impactful than it currently feels like it is right now. Don't think mine was lazy. No, I mean, not at all. You're bringing in like, 9-10 different artists to create the track that we're working on right now. So there's nothing lazy about that. It's taking forever. I'd love to hear your thoughts on AI. What does your trained ear hear that AI can't replicate an artist? Man, we talk a lot about AI. We do talk a lot. Ali, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. We talk a lot about AI. So I'm trying to kind of think of which route I go with this. I feel like I just need to make some full videos on it because there's a lot of nuance. There's a lot of detail. There's a lot of things that don't matter to me when it comes to AI, and a lot of things that do matter a lot to me when it comes to AI. What can't it replicate? What it can't do is read your mind. So it takes input, it takes data, it takes input in order. When you make the AI videos, I should use AI. No, I'm not going to at all. But it takes input, right? So the thing that it doesn't do well is things that happen on accident that end up being good. And so I used it to recreate a song I wrote and recorded already. It gave me great ideas. There you go. You're good. There you go. Yeah, I mean, if that's the way you want to use it, that's the way you want to use. I have my thoughts. I have my thoughts on people's IP being stolen and their copywritten materials being used as data sets in order to feed these algorithms and build these models in order to train them, and then not compensating them when those models are used to create money for other people, including the corporation that owns it. And then it's not being paid out to the people that were part of the data set that was trained. That bothers me. That's an issue that I have with it. But I think for me, there's so many things that happen when a human is making music that are not on purpose. They're like the way you moved on the microphone, the way you breathed right before that last high note you wanted to hit, the way that like the guitar is like a little bit out of tune when it hits the last hook, when you go, so on and so on. Like, you go through all the on and on and on, right? The thing that it can't replicate are the things that happen by accident, because everything that you do with AI is on purpose, right? Pros and cons to that, right? And so I feel like I like those accidents. I like those mistakes. And I also like context, right? Something doesn't matter to me if there's not a story. If a movie was 2 minutes long and it was just the punchline, you'd be like, okay. Like if the end of a movie was just like they got married and they lived happily ever after, you'd be why? It doesn't matter. There's no context, right? That to me is one of the other issues that I have with AI. And again, this is not like a moral stance that I'm taking on. It's just there's no context. There's nothing that leads to it actually meaning something to me personally. It might be different for y'all. For me personally, I have no reason to even want to engage with it, since the person doesn't matter. The story doesn't matter. The context doesn't matter. The soul, the pain, the tension, the frustration, the happiness, the love, the loss, all that stuff, it doesn't matter because it doesn't exist in the context of what you're creating. It might sound like it, but I want to be a part of someone's story. I want to be a part of their context. I want to be a part of their journey and engage with them as they grow in that and as they experience that. So that to me matters a lot to me. It might not matter to you, right? There's people who are like, dude, if it makes a dope beat, it makes a dope beat. I'm in. Fine, cool, right? I don't necessarily care what other people, do. But I do have my stances on it. I do have have my personal opinion on what I would think about it. All right, let me answer a couple questions here. Guru One on YouTube said AI is the future. Accept your AI overloads. No, I refuse. It's a tool. I get that. It's a tool. And there's always going to be the subsect of people that are just like, accept it, move on. It is what it is. I don't like the idea of people being able to just kind of rob people of their experience and culture to make a quick buck on their end. And there's a lot of nuance to that. That's a whole other video. The fact that, me or anyone could just type something in and emulate a really painful past that created a specific tone and cultural, cultural energy in certain types of music, and just throw it out there and profit off of it feels kind of nasty to me. Doesn't feel good. So I've got my issues. With it. Mita, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me catch up on a couple things. Is the Sequential Circuits Pro 1 worth it? The worth it question is always kind of an interesting one, because it kind of depends on your budget. It kind of depends on your use cases. If you really like what the Pro 1 does, then you'll really like it. It'll be worth it. If it doesn't matter that much to you, then it won't be. You know what I mean? So the worth it conversation, is it a good synthesizer? Yes. In fact, I don't have a Prophet 1, but I do have a clone of a Prophet 1. It's a Pro 1. It's on the other, you can't see it, but it's on the other side of the room over here. I love it. It is a nasty, grungy, it can make some heavy hitting bass lines and lead lines. It's pretty fantastic. And this is not the $1,500 version, right? $2,000 version. But it does a great job. So I do have the Pro 1, and it's nasty. It's nasty for that stuff. It's really, really good. But worth it is a tough conversation, because if you're really, really tight on a budget, it just kind of depends on how much you want what the Pro One does. But that's up to the individual for sure. Okay, my engineer uses a Primo Acoustic 2-inch Stratus inch studio ceiling cloud panel. Let's go. Oh yeah, I have two. It's not from Primo Acoustic, but I have two. There's 4-inch clouds. I think two or I can't remember, 2 or 3-inch cloud above me. I think it's a 3-inch cloud above me. Hot take, and I'm not pro AI, but it felt like working with band members hearing different melodies. Yeah, and so the thing that I would say, Devin, is that those band members that you feel like you're working with that are actually taken from other people's actual band members, and they're not getting credit and they're not getting paid. So that's my thing is like, and because I get it, because I don't have any misunderstanding as to the tool that it is, right? Like I don't have any misunderstanding as to like its pros, like and what it does and how good it can be at doing certain things. But my issue is more on the practical side, where you're like, man, it felt like working with band members because those data sets and that training was done on band members that are not getting paid. They're not getting compensation. They're not getting any of the benefits of the fact that they were used, their IP was stolen, and their music was used to make it a band member to you. And that's the tension that I have. And I'm really not like completely anti-AI or something. I just think the use cases oftentimes are just pointed in the wrong direction for most people. You know what I mean? Like people say it's a tool, and I even sometimes will be like, yeah, I don't use it, at all in music, but I just like period. I just don't choose not to. It's just my personal choice. But I just think that oftentimes people want to kind of ignore the, peripheral side of it and be like, well, no, it's just the thing right in front of me was really good. So it's really good. And not really necessarily acknowledging like, yeah, I'm just like using it as a session vocalist on my song. I'm like, yeah, because it was a session vocalist for someone else who's not getting paid for the rights to their voice that's being used to train it. And that's my kind of my mindset on that. I don't think it's like evil. I don't think anyone that uses it is like some like, bad person or whatever. I just think people just use a lot of things aimlessly, and that's fine. I don't really care that much, but that is definitely something that I want to learn more about, that I want to be more intentional with. And I would just rather, this is me, doesn't have to be anyone else. What's up, Jenna? I would rather find a session. I would rather spend the time. I'd rather save up the money. I'd rather do it myself. I'd rather find people to network and connect with, because that process is so life-giving. It's so creatively empowering. It's better for culture. It's better for society. It's better that we are actually connecting. Like it's so much better for society when we actually do connect with Ben. I actually know an artist on here who was a solo artist for like years and years and years and years. And he finally, through TikTok, he reached out for forever. He was posting forever. He was like every day he was posting that he wanted to start a band, and he is finally starting a band. He finally found people from all over. So a couple of them moved to a city. They got together, and now they're making a band. They're releasing stuff, and they're just going crazy. It's going crazy. But and that's so healthy. Like that's such a healthy way to go about creativity. The way that they're able to collaborate, or you could just type something in, and it could pop up, and that's fine. That's fine. But I don't think that if we're going to zoom out a little bit, I don't think that's good for society. I think that only like creatives are already kind of lonely and isolated in stuff already. I don't necessarily think that it's a net positive to further and further and further isolate ourselves, and then plus all the other extra things that we gotta deal with. Okay, let me catch up. Sorry. It's because I got the Juno X. The Juno X is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a great synth, but I want a real analog. What kind of thing? Is it not a Volley? Am I saying that correctly? Thank you so much for hopping in. Go to my profile, click on the link, and click on Track Talk Submission. You'll see all of the steps to submit for a consultation right there. What's up, Jenna? Duck Goose. If you let me see. So, but I'm kind of assuming you're looking for a mono synth, right? Like if you're looking for like the Pro One, you're looking like for like duophonic or monophonic, I'm assuming, for under $1,500 or something like that. The Juno X is great, by the way. I have I can switch it over here. I have the second synth from the Bono is a Juno 106, and it's one of my favorite synths that I've ever owned. It's fantastic. The Juno X has some just digital processing in there as well, memory recall and stuff like that. But the Juno 106 is a beast. It's so fun. All right, sorry. Let me catch up on some comments here. I don't like the fact that someone create a newborn Marley album with it. Yeah, that's strange. You know, like it's a weird it's a weird thing. I agree. I'll just say I agree. It's a very strange thing. JJ Ellis, welcome in. It's good to see you. I appreciate you being here. I'll keep tapping the screens here at the live with a few people. We're just chatting. We're chatting about AI. We're chatting about a bunch of random stuff now. So y'all feel free to ask questions. Crack and Chaos, it's good to see you in here, man. I hope you're doing well. If y'all do want to submit for a consultation, you can on TikTok, go to my profile, click on the link. You'll see the steps there. If you are on Twitch, hit !submit right there in the chat. And if you are on YouTube, go to my description and the live stream below, and you can see the link right there. Let me double check a few things here. But these are 20 to 30 minute consultations. Accordion, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. 20 to 30 minute consultations over the structure of your music. We're going to get into the mix and master, production elements, sound design, and lyric structure. We're going to go over kind of the nuances of your creative expression and what you're doing creatively in your music structure. We're going to spend 20 to 30 minutes breaking it down. It's not a quick review. It's not, a quick trash or pass. There no ratings, no polls, nothing like that. It's just a long form, full consultation on the structure of your music where we listen a couple times and get into the details of your music. So if that's interesting to you, like I said, just find that link. It's on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Just let me know if you can't find it. I'll try to direct you in the right place. But you can also just follow these steps on the screen here. If you're on TikTok, it's that same link that you're going to look for on Twitch and YouTube as well. Once again, y'all, sorry for the allergies here. Metin, welcome in. Metin, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing amazing. Histocore, welcome in. Histrocore, welcome in. But yeah, I need to post. I'll probably post more about it. I just, sometimes just don't even know like where to start with subjects like that. Whereas there's just so many opinions and they're all really strong opinions and everyone's mad about it or you're like, fuck musicians. Who even cares, man? Just make this song. And I get it. I have a lot of opinions on it, but it's a loaded subject, especially for musicians and artists. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you so much for hopping in. Absolutely, Histocore, welcome in. Derek Bennett's in the building. Thank you so much, Power Grace. I appreciate you a lot. What's up, Block? Welcome in, man. I appreciate that a lot. Derek, how are you feeling today? It's good to see you. The AI overlords are taking over. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that so much. Oh yeah. All right. Okay, let me get out of Spotify over here. I don't need all this up here right now. What's up, Derek Bennett? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing fantastic today. How are you feeling? Let me double check. Does anyone have, if you're over on TikTok, does anyone over there follow Son of Synth? He's been in a couple times. I definitely want to make sure that he gets in today. Let me know if any of y'all happen to follow Son of Synth. Oh, yeah. All right. Tim, welcome in, man. Good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing amazing today. All right. Let me double check a few things here. Let me refresh over on the side. Let me see if I can. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to see if I can't get Son of Synthin from the other day. So give me 1 second so I can see if I can bring him in. Thank y'all so much for hopping in. I appreciate y'all being here. One moment while. Let me see if I can find Son of Synth. One moment. I don't think. No, it's not popping up for me because I don't think they followed the other day. All right, we'll keep going. I do like this melody a lot too. Oops. Oh, thank you for the heart, man, Libby. I was like, wait, it went black. Beautiful. The stash and passion. What's up? Time on. It's good to see you. Okay. You can't see. Okay. Where does it need to go? Because I tried to move it back like I had it the other day. I can see it clear on the other platforms. Where do I need to move it? Tell me. I'm gonna try. I'm trying to see if I can see synth. I can't. I cannot see synth. I cannot see it. Thank y'all so much for hopping in. I appreciate you being here. If y'all are coming in over on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, if you're on TikTok, make sure you're tapping the screens here at the live with a few people. We'll get the music moving here, hopefully in just a little bit. I have Jack's track. I have Son of Synth up here, but I want to see if I can get them in here from last night because they were hoping to come in at this time, and I want to make sure I get through their track. But if y'all are coming in for the first time on any of these three platforms, just a bit further back and closer towards the middle. A little further back. Boom. And whoops, I can't. The light makes it weird. Is that better? Is that better? I wonder if no, that doesn't do anything. Is that a wee bit better? It is now, just like directly hitting my green light, which is fine. Jen is in the building. Welcome in, Jen. Appreciate you being here. But if y'all would like to submit, if you are over, if you're on TikTok, go to my profile, click on the link tree, and you'll see Track Talk Submission. If you're on Twitch, hit ! Submit. And if you're on YouTube, go to my description and click the link from there. It's all the same link, and it will take you to the submission page for you to send in your music. We can do it a bit more toward the middle. That'd be good. But yeah, it's tricky. I know on TikTok it's just so compressed. But you know, we'll figure something out. If I can, I mean, it does just like it does literally just block all the synths, but whatever. It's fine. It just blocks the whole studio. That's fine. Yeah. Is that better? Okay, let me see. Check a couple things real quick. Let me see. Yeah, it's a little, the image is just a little bit more tight over on TikTok. Yeah, I was gonna say if I'm able to like over the coming weeks, a couple, coming weeks or month or something, we'll just see. Obviously, if I'm able to reorganize a little bit here, then that will help. That will help too, because I can put it over on this wall where the bass. I have a bass amp here right now, but I could put it over here. Something. Native Man, welcome in. It's good to see you. I just got a submission. Oh, that's you. Same place. So the same place that you said. Okay, I was just gonna double check who that was. So that's you. Thank you so much for hopping in over on Twitch. I appreciate that so much. If you let me double check this real quick. I do want to make sure I got this in order. Beautiful. I'm gonna get you up on my list. Go to the same place. So the same link that you followed, the submit right above you. It's right there at the top. Just copy the email over and send it there. And you can send a link, send a file, whatever makes sense. Because the mic in your head are now completely. Something's gonna be blocking it. There's just not really any way around that on TikTok, unfortunately. Because I have to. It was better. Wait, it was better before. Well, I don't know because I've moved it a bunch of times now, so I don't remember where it was before. Okay, let me get stuff. Let's go. Is that the what's the artist name, Mustafa? Is that the artist name? So I can get the right name up on the board and I'll update the line. Closer to me is better? Okay. I mean, that's the only way I can get it, like, I don't know. It's like I can't have it on, let's see, the other two, like in a good place on Twitch and YouTube and TikTok at the same time. There's just no way. And like, I think if it's like here, then if someone asks what it is, I can just like bring it in or something, maybe. Something. Let me see. All right. Let me get this up on the board. All right. Got the line updated. And we'll, as soon as I get that email in, we'll pull that up. Beautiful. Just got it. Let's get into it. Let's go straight. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know where else, like, because it's big. The thing is, like, it's big. If it was like half the size, like if it was just like this, like, I don't know, like a smaller portion of it or something, and it was like just that big, it would probably make it a little bit easier. But it's so big and like on the ground too, like it just has that big bass, and so when I'm like doing stuff over here, that's kind of hard. But it's difficult to like have it in screen, because even if I had it on this side, like even if I had it over here, it would still be it'd be the same. It'd be off screen just on this side, and you wouldn't be able to see the whole thing. So it's kind of either way. Yeah, the bass is nuts. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to be creative, because we're creative people and we can figure stuff out. All right, let's go. Got you. I got your email. Mustafa, welcome in. Let me get this pulled up right here. Amory, thank you so much for being here. If you would like to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, and you'll see Track Talk submission there. Just read through and follow those steps, and we'll get you up on the board. We're about to get into our first song of the day here. Let's run it. And once again, y'all, sorry, my nose is all stuffy. It's been all dusty. The stuff I was working on today is all dusty. So I'm all stuffed up and sniffing. So sorry for the ASMR. But let's get into some music here. Welcome over to TikTok. Welcome over. Good to see you. Hopping back and forth. Yeah, and then just a quick reminder too, that if you're on Twitch and you ever like run into ads or something, just hop over to YouTube. YouTube is the same stream, so it allows you to still see the full view and better quality audio and stuff like that. If you end up like running into a batch of ads, you can always switch back and forth if you prefer the Twitch platform or something like that. But just in case. just in case. We've got, and have I heard your music before? I'm pretty sure I have. The name seems familiar, but if it's your first time, please let me know. The name seems super familiar, super familiar. So I'm like nearly positive that I've heard it before, but please let me know. I don't want to make a mistake with that. Maybe I've maybe heard it before. All right, let me check. Let me pull up the YouTube file here too, and get this updated, and I can see. Oh, do we got a music video? Is this a full YouTube video or a full music video? It is. Okay, hold on. I want to show it. I'm going to show it on screen. All right, so I'm going to, okay, beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and switch over on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, but it's going to be a little bit compressed over on TikTok. But it's also going to block the chat for YouTube and Twitch for me. So you can still chat. I'm just not going to be able to read what you say until I finish the song because it's taking up my screen here. But I do want to show the music video for anyone who would like to see it. So this is Mustafa the Third. Not the third. What am I saying? Mustafa Third. What's going on here? The song is called Get Rich featuring K Coke. This is the official music video. Give me all of the details, Mustafa. Talk to me about production structure. Talk to me about the mix and master. Talk to me about the role that you play in the creation and kind of finalizing of this track. Sorry, is it mandatory to pay? Yeah, so this is not a quick play or anything like that. This is a long form consultation. So we're going to spend about 20 to 30 minutes breaking down the songs, getting into the mix and master, production structure, lyric and song formatting, stuff like that. We go through the song multiple times to get into the details and get into the nuances of that entire structure and offer some professional and actionable feedback on what we're listening to. So it is a paid service. It's not like a free review and then a skip line or something like that. It is a full paid service. And all of those details are listed at the link tree as well. If you need any additional information, there's also the FAQ below that as well. There's no pressure, like you said. If you can't pay, no worries at all. We do have a really amazing, generous community as well. What if I pay for a consultation to be the change? I mean, it might not be that beneficial for you until it's done, just because I'm still in the middle of working on like putting 8 artists in that song. I appreciate you so much. And for those of you who don't know, I'm just as we're getting ready to get into our first consultation of the day, this is, I'm so tired, y'all. My brain's not working today. My name is Torvik. I'm a full-time audio engineer, producer, and session musician. That is what I do for a living. It's what I've done for 13 plus years. I'm also a classically trained musician. So the whole structure of this live is to look at things from that perspective, right? It's not a quick review. There's no trash or pass. There's no ratings. There's no polls. It's not a pay to play, and then we just spin it, and then we move on. I say, get a better mix, bro, have better energy, and then we quit. It is a really detailed, long form breakdown of the structure of the music. So that's what we do here. Like I said before, we're gonna spend 20 to 30 minutes to really break down the structure of the music and get into those details. So hopefully you can get some actionable feedback from it. All right, let me run this from the top. Hopefully this pops up on all the different platforms. Let me see. I'm not a feature K Cocus. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Life Explosion. I appreciate you so much. Sorry, I'm catching up here a little bit. Do you think you could do a quick review? No, it's not what I do. Not what I do. There's tons and tons of quick review places. Hundreds of quick review places. But my sole goal is to offer this service and offer as much value as I can. And if I'm not on here doing that, then I'm going to be working on projects. And so it just has to be worth my time and energy. And also, because if I'm not going to be doing it on here, I'm just going to be working through all of my session projects and all of my client projects if I'm not on. So that's why I don't do just the quick spins and move on, because I can't live in both dichotomies. It's either got to be mutually valuable, or I have to offer as much value that I think really does really is impactful for the music community and for artists and producers that are trying to polish their craft. And if it's not that, then I gotta move on to other work. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate. Thank you so much for the follow as well. I really appreciate that. I appreciate your generosity with your follow as well. Thank you for that. Welcome to the family. Whether you submit or not, hang out for a little bit, see what the community is all about. You never know. You never know what happens. Sometimes people come in and they're just like, hey, I want to put some people on, and they do. But so happy to have you in here. I appreciate you a lot. This is Mustafa Third, Get Rich, featuring K Coke. Let's get into it. Let's get this played, and then that pops up, right? Yep, it does. There we go. All right, shout out to Mustafa Third. All of the above. We get a lot of, I'm a producer professionally, so we get a lot of people to send in productions.
Yo.
All of the above.
Gonna get rich and that's a fact. Henry can afford when I link up with the cat. Zafira got hot, so I left it at the flat. Clutch ain't working, stuck in a mode. Boot full of weight with the rear springs low. Dashboard crap like the paths that I chose. There is no ABS if the pressure explodes. Move like a Civic with a Cosworth soul. 0 to pain in seconds, no goal. I don't park beef, I ride it alone. There's a mask on my face, but I'm known by the tone. I'm up in the bookies, I'm spinning this ched. I've just the head 10, so I leave it on red. I walk past the spar with a 4 in my head.
Thank you for the let him cook. Thank you for the gold medal, Mustafa. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
About time, man's due for a check. Said, man's on job, just send me the test. And wait till he see what I do from the stress. I said, backseat stinks like a Z just blown. Told her it's loud, now she's texting my phone. Jake's got close, had to switch the cologne.
Yeah, it is. This is on YouTube.
That thing by the side of the road. Gears don't work, but I still got
Scooter, welcome in.
This MOT dodgy, still pass on the show. The gas stuff for nothing, man. Flex for the gram. I'm flipping these packs while they're chasing the tan. Gonna get rich and that's a fact. And we can afford when I link up with the cat.
Okay.
Hot, so I left it at the flat. Gonna get rich.
What's up, Jay? Welcome in, man.
And we can afford when I link up with the cat. Zafira got hot, so I left it at the flat. Welcome to Stonebridge, where we
Is this K-Coke right here?
Young fogs on the block throwing stones at pigs. Man run
What's
up
up,
in
man? Good to see you.
put guns to kids. Man run up
Well, I
in
like
your
that
moms
auto
and
pan.
ask where that money
I'm the
is.
synth.
Stonebridge is full of hungry kids, so they all sell drugs, try and get money quick. If you get money quicker and don't show love, we got the right to stick you and have your dough robbed. It's mad how the click grew with Glocks on the tops, on the block, shot in 6 shoot, duck in the cops. The blocks that I came from, same blocks that they knocked down to the ground. Now we open to shops. Man come around, windows down and they pop. We're just standing on the sidewalk, waiting to drop. I'm gonna get rich, I ain't waiting for what. I do it for the win, I ain't taking a loss. Gonna get rich and that's a fact. And we can afford when I link up with the cat.
Hey.
Zafira got hot, so I left it at the flat. Gonna get rich and that's a fact. And we can afford when I link up with the cat. Zafira got hot, so I left it at the flat.
Who produced this? Fire, y'all. Show some love. Show some love. Let me switch back here. Let me get out of the... Let me close this up a little bit so I can see it. I do want to go... Adaloon, welcome in. Thank you so much for hopping in. Sorry, I'm getting back to the chat now since I had it covering my screen, so I want to catch up on what people are saying here for just a second. Thank you so much for hopping in over on YouTube. Dizzy, welcome in on Twitch. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. It's good to see you. Let's run it back from the top. In fact, this is released, right? I'm assuming this is out on all platforms. Get Rich by Mustafa Third, featuring K-Coke. I'm assuming obviously that it's out on all platforms. So I would love to stream it on Spotify. That way you get not only the view for it, but also the stream. We got to support how we can. Let's see, Mustafa Third. I like it though, man. Man, the structure is really, really nice. Let me get Mustafa Third. One word. It looks like. Wait, is it released? Why am I not seeing it? Hold up. I'm assuming it's out, right? Dude, of course you can send it in, Dizzy. Of course. It's not streaming it. No. We got to stream it. What's going on? When is it? Okay, when's it coming out? Because you already have the music. The music video has been out for 3 days. Just got the paperwork. Dang. I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, Dizzy, just submit as normal. Just submit as normal through !submit if you want to send in the track. Dang. Yeah, because you're getting pretty good views on the video. You gotta today. Okay, it comes out. It takes me 2 days to get. Okay, so it's coming out soon. It's coming out soon, right? 2 days. Okay, I was gonna say, because you are getting some views on this. This has only been out about 3 days. The music video has been out for about 3 days. You got 3,000 views, and that's huge. That's huge considering how many subscribers you have. That's huge. So I would get it out ASAP, because you're already getting some movement, already getting some traction for it. Okay, so I'm gonna run through the video again since it's not out on all platforms, but I'll just keep it on this mode right here so we can break down a couple things on it. But honestly, man, it's a really nice mix on your vocal. It's really forward. It's tightly compressed. It's nice and punchy and saturated. Both of your vocals complement each other really, really well, while still being very distinct and very open. Coming Thursday. Okay, couldn't come soon enough. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Hey, Rich, welcome in. NYU, new, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank y'all for hopping into the live stream today. If you would like to submit for a consultation, we're about to go back through this track, but if you would like a 20 to 30 minute deep dive into your song, whether it's released, unreleased, mixed, unmixed, doesn't matter to me, any genre, any level of preparedness. But if you would like to submit, if you're on TikTok, just go to my profile, click on the link and click on Track Talk Submission. Please read through and follow all the steps. If you're on Twitch, type !submit in the chat. If you're on YouTube, then go to my description underneath the live stream and click on the link there. Just make sure you follow all the steps and we'll get you up on the board ready for a full consultation. Let me just double check this here really quick. Okay, perfect. All right, let's get into it. This is Mustafa Third, Get Rich. It is not out yet, but please go check. We just watched the music video on here. The quality's good. It's nice and clean. I feel like it works with the genre of music really, really well. It's not like overproduced. You know what I mean? I feel like it works really well in this structure. But let's get into it, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. Got you, Autoloop. Got you. Love those strings too.
Yo, gonna get rich and that's a fact. Henry can afford when I link up with the cat. Zafira got hot, so I left it at the flat. Clutch ain't working, stuck in a mode. Boot full of weight with the rear springs low. Dashboard crack like the paths that I chose. There is no ABS if the pressure explodes. Move like a Civic with a Cosworth soul. 0 to pain in seconds, no goal. I don't park beef, I ride it.
It's a pretty nice mix, man. It's balanced really well. I feel like there's really good separation and distinction between all of these elements. It's really heavy and thick where it needs to be, obviously specifically kick 808. And then you have this nice little kind of mogy resonant bass that hits right over the top, it's like the E minor, right? I love that melody too. The high piano melody is beautiful over the E minor too. And you have this nice structure over the top end too. That this kind of a resonant bass that auto pans. I think sometimes left and right, and then right to left. It has a really, really nice movement to it that I can appreciate quite a bit. It's different when you listen to it without the video. It is kind of interesting. It's like listening to a score to a movie, as opposed to having it in the scene of the movie. It does make a difference in how you like perceive the energy. There can be pros and cons to that. But yeah, it is interesting when you're not watching it on the screen too.
Alone, there's a mask on my face, but I'm known by the tone. I'm up in the bookies, I'm spinning this chat. I've just the 10, so I leave it on red. I walk past the spar with a thought in my head. They be offering Zeds, I ain't jumped in yet. I check my phone, are you ready to step? I said, about time, man's due for a check. Said, man's on job, just send me the test. And wait till he see what I do from the stress. I said, backseat stinks like a Zed just
Paris, welcome in.
Told her it's loud, now she's texting my phone. Jake's got close, had to switch the cologne. I left that thing by the side near the road. Gears don't work, but I still gotta go. This MOT dodgy, still pass on the show.
Another thing that I actually really like about this as well, Son of Synth is in. There's Son of Synth. I've been waiting on you. Welcome back into the live stream, man. Give me 2 seconds just to get you back up on the board. I'm so glad to see that name pop up in the chat. Let me get you up here. Son of Synth. You got 10 up on the board. Boom, done. Let me take it off my list. Okay, KB, I'll double check for you in just one moment. Just make sure if you, I haven't checked yet, but just make sure you followed all the steps. All right, let me get you off of here. No, you're totally good. I got you. As soon as I saw the name pop up, I got you up on the list. You're ready to go. Ready to go, ready to go. Let me throw it up there just real quick. Okay, let's get back into the, okay, another thing that I really like about the structure of this so far, there's some things that we can break down loosely, but one of the things that I really appreciate about your vocal structure here is where those accent vocals sit and those in and out sit. They do a great job of adding energy, adding perceived width, and adding a little bit more just like creativity and nuance to your vocal mix without overwhelming it. The thing with like vocal stacks and having like in and outs and doubled and accent vocals and stuff like that is if you do too much, if they're too forward, they're too loud, the amplitude's too high, then they kind of take over the mix. And when they don't exist in the mix feels kind of weak and it feels like it doesn't have nearly enough energy. But your lead vocal's so forward, it's so heavy. It's a really like highly compressed vocal. It's very saturated. It's so forward, has so much energy behind it that those stacks, stand alone on their own. They really, really do complement the vocal without overwhelming the structure of the mix. There's some parts, this is just my stylistic preference too. This is not necessarily right or wrong. But for me, the vocal is sometimes a little bit too forward, a little bit too loud in the mix to the point where it can sometimes make the beat feel a little quieter. Now, honestly, the balance of everything is really nice. It's a very clean production. It's very simple, but it's really, really impactful. But the actual structure there, I think is fantastic. It's fantastic. But every once in a while, sometimes I feel like the percussion, like the actual, like the snare and the hats and stuff in the background, even like the piano and where it sits, because the vocal's so loud, it makes some of those things feel a little bit softer. But I'll keep listening too. But that's also just my perspective. Everyone has a different, kind of imagination of what they want their mix to be and what sounds good to them. That's just kind of the way that I'm processing it here too. Okay, got you, Dizzy. I'll double check submissions here in just 1 second.
Gas stuff for nothing, man. Flex for the gram. I'm flipping these packs while they're chasing the tan. Gonna get rich and that's a fact. And we can afford when I link up with the cat. Zafira got hot, so I left it at the flat. Gonna get rich and that's a fact. And we can afford when I link up with the cat. Zafira got hot, so I left it at the flat. So I left it at the flat. Welcome to Stonebridge, where we shot stones to live. Young thugs on the block throwing stones at
this is really, really well done though, man. Honestly, it's a really, really tight balance. Vocals are processed beautifully on either side. Again, you can tell that this is a more professional mix and master just by the warmth around the vocals. Like it's not overly bright and brittle and tinny, which to me is like the first sign of a more amateur vocal, where the far high and far low end of the vocals aren't processed very well. This is a really like nice, like heavy, warm, like dark vocal that feels very, very tight in the mix. Nice job, man.
Man run up in drums, put guns to kids. Man run up in your mums and ask where that money is. Stonebridge is full of hungry kids, so they all sell drugs, try and get money.
You said this K Coke, that's a bigger artist in the UK right now?
If you get money quicker and don't show love, we got the right to stick you and have your dough robbed. It's mad how the click grew with Glocks under tops on the block, shot in 6 shoot, ducking the cops. The blocks that I came from, same blocks that they knocked down to the ground. Now we open to shots. Man come around, windows down and they pop. We're just standing on the sidewalk waiting to drop.
Let's go, dude. I love that. I mean, I really hope, obviously one of the biggest goals with doing something like that too is like, hopefully it gives you some additional exposure for what you're doing. Because I think on your Spotify, I was looking, but I don't think, let me double check because I just had it up a second ago. Sketch, welcome in. Let me see. 30, you're doing pretty well, man. Like you're putting in some work. You got, 3,100 give or take monthly listeners on Spotify right now. But hopefully, let me actually look up where they're at. K Coke, right? Yeah, K Coke. Oh yeah, so yeah, they're crushing it. So he's got 573,000 monthly listeners. So that's a great feature for you. That's a great like collaborative feature, man. You all both hold your own in the song. That's tight. That hopefully you're able to get a little bit of extra movement from that as well. Hopefully some of that bleeds into your own monthly listeners, especially as it's attached to the profile. It's playlisted in similar spaces. That's sick, man. I wish you all the best with this record, man. It's gonna be good for you.
Get rich and that's a fact. And we can afford when I link up with the cat. Zafira got hot, so I left it at the flat. Gonna get rich rich and that's a fact. And we can afford when I link up with a cat. Zafira got hot, so I left it at the flat. So I left it at the flat.
Yeah, good processing, good automation on the vocals. Automation on the ambiance is really nice too. And then Autolune. Y'all, show some love to the family. Show some love, Mustafa Third. Once again, the track is not out yet, which is a shame. I wish it was, because I want to put people on now. But maybe you have a pre-save link. It comes out in just 2 days. It comes out in 2 days. So if you have a pre-save link, let people know over on TikTok or Twitch. Let them know what you're doing. I'm assuming you got something like that already set up. Either way, even if you don't, be on the lookout for this track in 2 days. It's called Get Rich featuring K Coke. It's Mustafa Third. You can find them on platforms no matter what. They do have some songs released to Spotify. So like the tracks, add it to your playlist. Make sure that you follow them on there, so on and so on. Go and boost their algorithm. Show them some love and support. One more time from Mustafa Third, and let's keep it moving. It's a nice track, man. It's a cool balance. It feels tight, feels professional, feels polished. All right, let me double check a couple things, and then Autoline, what do you have so far? So as far as like you're talking about a DAW-less setup, what are you looking to do with your DAW-less setup, and what do you have so far pointed in that direction? Are you looking to get like a SD card mixer or something like that? If you are, Tascam has probably the best for the price right now. Their model series is great. Shout out to you, man. Mustafa, shout out to you, man. Really, really well done. Let's get into the next track. Let me just double check. A couple of the people said they submitted, so let me just double check a few things. It's catchy as hell. Super, super catchy. Let me double check over here. Okay, so I think a couple people said they sent in, but I have not seen a full submission. So Dizzy, I got you. Up on the board, ready to go. Son of Synth, I have you back up there from yesterday. Y'all are ready to go. If y'all were submitting on either Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok, and you're wanting to get yourself up on the board, just make sure that you do follow all the details. I'm going to throw it on the screen here for a second. Make sure that you follow this link right here. Follow this link, and then you need to go through all of the details. If you skip steps, then we won't get you up on the board. So I do need to make sure that we get you up on the board and that you have read through all the details so that you understand the structure of the live, what we do, how we do it, why we do it that way, so on and so on. So I just want to make sure that it's all clean and clear so you know exactly what's going on, and we can actually get you up on the board, ready to go, just like these other amazing artists that we're getting to here. Let's get into Dizzy's track next. If you would like to submit and you're on TikTok, all of that, like I just showed, is on my profile by going to the link and clicking on Track Talk Submission. If you're on Twitch, hit !submit. If you are on YouTube, go to the description underneath the live. David's in the building. What's up, David? It's good to see you. I hope you're doing fantastic. All right. Let's double check this really quick. All right, we got this track. And is this under a different... Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Genuinely appreciate you so much. I hope you have a fantastic release with this record, man. I feel like you're going to get some movement from it, honestly. I feel like you're going to get some movement from it. All right, we got Dizzy in the building. I know Dizzy under Michael V. Welcome in. Let's see. I'm excited to actually get into like a real detailed breakdown today too. That's going to be exciting. Hopefully we can. We have a lot of released music today, which is interesting. Seriously, first two are released. Last couple days it's been all unreleased music, which is typical. A lot of people send in before they release so that things are polished before then. We're getting a lot of released music now. All right, this is Back to You by Dizzy. Dizzy is over on Twitch. Dizzy, give me all of the details. Give me context. I know what you do, but let all of the people know what you do as well. I know this is about to be a really dynamic production that's really, really good quality. I know it's going to be mixed good. So I'm excited to get into it. But this is Back to You by Dizzy. Let's run it. Hold on. Let's back it up. We got to turn it up. Back it up. Where's my volume? Sorry for the dryer in the background too. You hear some clothes banging around. All right, let's run it from the top. Talk to me about vocals. Yeah, everything is basically done by me. Sound design, mastering, and so on. This is all done by Dizzy. Where'd you get the vocals? This is from a pack you Go. Yo, give it up one time for Dizzy. That's D-Z-Z-I on all platforms. This song just came out. It just came out. So if you like what you hear and you like this style of music, then I need you to go search D-Z-Z-I on whatever DSP that you listen to. Make sure that you like the track, follow the artist, add it to your playlist, and of course, stream it like crazy. This is one of the family. We've worked with this artist before a couple times, and we love and appreciate what you do so much. You release like rarely and sporadically, but always incredibly clean and polished. It always is mixed beautifully and really well balanced and bright and open and vibrant. Absolutely love what you do. Let's start it from the top. I don't really have notes as far as like a correction at all. I just want to get into some of the details of what you do and kind of, give flowers where flowers are deserved, and talk about some of the structure of your production. But that is Dizzy. They're over on Twitch right now. Shout out to It's Dizzy. I appreciate you so much for sending this in. Let's run it up. And y'all please run up the numbers. Run up the numbers. This is a really, really talented producer and composer, and they deserve all of the great things coming their way as a musician. Okay, Autoloom, really quick. Yeah, it's a Tascam mixer, MPC3 Live, all the Teenage Engineering, Combo Novation, Combo Polyend, Combo Donna, Combo Core, Combo Yamaha, sub and monitor, Yamaha sub and monitors. Eclectic, discovering what my sound is. It's all about fun. I mean, I agree. So, I mean, we were talking about like just doing like some DAW stuff. I think for me, some of the funnest stuff is just documenting what you're doing. So if you're going DAW-less, I would recommend tracking some stuff into a phone as well. Kamora, welcome into the live stream. Good to see you. I appreciate you hopping in. Tracking some stuff, like finding a way to convert and have it go to your phone so you can start actually documenting what you're doing in video as well. For one, it gives you different levels of content for you with your setup because it's a unique setup. There's another guy on here, Moog Synths is his tag, I believe. And he has this crazy modular and semi-modular setup. And he was running DAW-less through a model, and I think it was a Model 24 into like stereo into an SD for a while. And then I told him, it's like, hey, get these outputs going into an interface as well and have it going to a phone or have it going to an iPad or something like that, into a camera. Thank you for the follow, Observa. Appreciate you so much. Get it synced to some video so that for one, you have some content for it. You can showcase what you're doing, but it also beyond your audio that you're saving and stuff like that. It also allows you to have kind of a visual of what you're doing and find little pockets of it that might be able to become more. Because a lot of times when you're doing DAW-less stuff, or if you're anything like me or some of these other modular, setups and stuff like that, oftentimes you start messing around with a bunch of stuff and you have these moments that are really, really cool structures, but you don't necessarily know how to replicate them. But if you have some video proof of it, it does help you have a little bit more of an understanding of like, oh wait, what settings did I have on the synth? What melody was that initially? So you can try to recreate it later or capture some of these moments to create some content for yourself. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's like, I think for me, like I'm not DAW-less right now. I do go into the DAW, but for me, it is just about the fun. Like, that's one of my favorite things about having a semi-modular setup over here and then my like analog synths over here. I just love having fun with it. I love just messing around with it. Like, I talk about this all the time. I just feel like I make better decisions in analog. I feel like I make more creative decisions when it's tactile and it's in front of me than I do like clicking and dragging in automation lane to like change something on it. Although I do that many times, and sometimes that's just the easiest and fastest way to get a specific sound for a production I'm working on for a client. But I like the tactile feel and I appreciate it. So I would just lean into that as much as you can. Lean into it as much as you can. And like you said, just have as much fun as you possibly can. And then if you can document that fun, I know people will latch onto it 100%. Your name is on there. It's just going to come over. I know. Yeah. It's like, I don't know what to do with the board. Okay. Dizzy, let's run it from the top. Let's get into the music. Let's get into the I love how spacious this feels right off the bat. I mean, there's just so much openness, so much space, which is a really, really big contrast from when your full production structure kicks in. There's a huge contrast between how much like openness and space there's with how hard hitting that bass is and the percussion is when it comes in. cool contrast between hearing these like hall reverbs and these like plate reverbs and how open and vibrant the majority of the production, structure is. And then like a really, really tight percussion, a really pumped sidechain that makes it feel very close and loud and punchy and really energetic. That contrast is really, really well done. Francesco, welcome in over on TikTok. I appreciate you hopping in. Kimura, this is an artist. They just released this song, or it's a producer, just released a song called Dizzy. It's D-Z-Z-I. That's the producer name. You can find it on Spotify. You can find all of the details, all of their releases over there on Spotify. I think this is one of their first under this. Pretty sure this is one of the first under this artist name. They had a different artist name before. 100% Francesco. Francesco, if you would like to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, and then go to Track Talk Submission. You'll see all the steps right there. Yeah, this is Dizzy. Song is called Back to You. Amazing, amazing structure. It's really, really well. And then the move to the major, they have these really nice major pushes underneath that is so. Sharp major right there. That, I mean, you have all these great movements, but then it's that like expanded, it's like the fourth and then the D sharp major. That right there with that bass line is like so tasteful. It's so tasteful. It's like you don't even realize that the accidental is in there. You just kind of feel it when the energy shifts in the production. I love it so much, man. Conceptively, it's like really simple. Like your sound design ends up really consistent, but you have a really broad dynamic range of the song that helps a lot. It can feel really intimate and really vulnerable, and then, loud and punchy and really dynamic. But a lot of your sounds are staying really consistent. But to me, it doesn't feel boring. To me, it doesn't feel like too monotonous or too dragged out. It really does feel like it moves a lot. I think your dynamics help a lot with that. I think the dynamics help a lot because you really, really pull us in these lower moments with just the vocal and the low pads. And then, of course, it punches through pretty dramatically later on. It's a great vocal set, too. It's nice. Like, very saturated, tight tuning. It sounds good. Great job, man. This is awesome. Definitely go stream this, y'all. Run it back because we've already gone through the whole thing, but here it's such a great, again, it's like stair-stepping dynamics and just adding small changes to your production structure. Very, very small, tasteful changes to the production structure of here now. You're over the B flat minor, right? Yeah, over the B flat minor, and then you just expand your progression out instead of dun 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 dun. You expand out your progression, lengthen it out a little bit, in addition to your melodies as well, and add the stutter effects to the vocal too. You have this like filter gate on there as well that gives you this nice, punchy vocal, very like very typical stutter house, production structure there. But it sounds really, really engaging, really engaging. And it's just, to me, it's just the small changes, because you could easily just go straight back to the hook and it'd be fine, but it would make it a little bit more repetitive and monotonous. And this way you hold the dynamics a little bit better. You keep things a little bit more energetic and engaging by just throwing in some small twists and expanding your progression, lengthening out your chord structure, and adding in that gate on that vocal, the stutter and the gate on the vocal. That gives it so much more feeling and so much more energy later on in the song here, especially towards this last little segment here. I sent you the song on your Instagram. Francesco, go to my profile, click on the link tree, and follow the steps there. That's the only way you'll get up on the board. So if you go to actually it's this right here on the screen. Go to this link right here that's on my profile, click on that link, and then just read through and follow all the steps right there, and we'll get you up on the board. That way I can get all of your information in one place, because I'm not going to open up anything over on Instagram. Yeah, you get it, Dizzy. You get what's going on here, and it's done beautifully, man, and it's mixed really well. It's a really, really nice. No, you're totally good. No worries at all. I just want to make sure that I can open it on the computer through the email, that I have credit on the board, so I can put you in line and stuff like that. Let's hear this outro here. Dizzy, you're a beast. You're really, really talented. Everybody go stream Dizzy. Let's run it. And your monthly listeners are doing pretty good too, man. Your monthly listeners are not too shabby at all. So you got, just over 1,100 monthly listeners. You really only have 2 releases. Crushing it, man. Crushing it. So good. That's crazy. How are you promoting? Is it just putting it out there, dropping it to a bunch of people, forums, videos? But I had to reconstruct my studio, so that's why the late release. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's amazing, dude. Just being present, dude. I love it so much. It's amazing that you're getting that much traction for what you're doing. So well done, man. So well done. You're so. First got into it, man, it feels so granular. It's got so much it's so much texture, so much color, so much character for how perceptively simple the song feels. It feels like there's like 6 elements that make up the entire song, but it has so much nuance and character and texture and crunch to it. I love it so much, y'all. Please show some love to Dizzy. They're over on Twitch right now. Thank you so much for sending this in. That song is called Back to You. It was just released. It is out on all platforms. So if you like what you hear, go like the track, go stream it, go add it to your playlist, go run up the numbers. Make sure that you follow on Spotify and other DSPs. Amazing job, man. You're so talented. Everything that I have ever heard from you has been like polished and professional and clean. Like I said, you don't release often, but when you do, it's heavy. When you do, it really feels and sounds dynamic. So shout out one more time to Dizzy over on Twitch. Appreciate you so much. Let's keep the music going. Let me just double check something over here really quick. And then Son of Synth. Let me know. Dude, of course. Absolutely anytime. I appreciate you so much. Son of Synth, make sure that you're in the chat. I want to make sure that you're here. Let me get it downloaded really quick. Just a quick reminder, if you are coming in for the first time, or maybe you're a little bit newer to the stream here at Track Talk, welcome in, Son of Synth. I see you. I'm so glad you're here. Just wanted to make sure that you're present so I don't listen without you. Or in case I needed to save it for a moment. But if you've never been here before, welcome to Track Talk. Welcome to the stream. These are 20 to 30 minute consultations of the structure of your music. It's not a quick review. It's not like a play or just say get a better mix and we move on. But if you are looking for a 20 to 30 minute multiple listen breakdown of your song, of the structure of your music, mix and master, production, sound design, lyric and song structure, whatever would best benefit you and serve you. That's the goal of what we're doing here at Track Talk. So if you're ever you're interested in something like that, you can go on TikTok, go to my profile, click on the link and click on Track Talk Submission. If you're on YouTube, go to the description underneath my live. And if you're on Twitch, all you have to do is type !submit in the chat and the link will pop up right there for you. But like I said, these are multiple listens through your song. In this case, we're doing a little more promo for Dizzy and just, putting him on just because he's talented. He already knows that the song is out and kind of ready to go. But especially if you're sending in like unreleased stuff or stuff that you feel like needs a little bit of work on the mix or production side, the structure side, then that is the structure of what we do here. So if you would like to submit, just follow that link and follow the steps and we'll get you up on the board. I did 100%. It felt loud. It felt wide, loud and wide. It felt really, really well saturated. Like I said, everything had a lot of character and a lot of color to it. So I like it a lot, man. 100% Dizzy. 100%. All right. We have Son of Synth, and y'all know I like my synths. You know I like my synths. So I'm excited to break this down. I'm excited to get into it. This is called Robotic Bands Collection. Let me get it pulled up. All right, now that we're finally here, Son of Synth. Now that we are finally here. Okay, we got details. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I did the mixing and recording for the song, and my friend Drew did a feature on it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so in the production I'm hearing is all you? You did the mixing and the recording. All right, let's run it from the top. I'm excited to get into it. I also produced the track. Beautiful. I'll dip again. It's pretty late. Thank you again. Hey, sounds so good, Dizzy. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for hopping in today and sending that in. It's always a joy and honor to hear what you're working on. All right, this is Son of Synth, and the song is called Robotic Bands Collector. And I'm assuming this is not out yet, just based on the file that I have here. Is this your voice, or are you only production and mix?
It'll make it double like a hit on demand. Synthesize in my hand. Gonna make another track. This one gonna be. This one gonna be.
Gotcha.
Run up bands, run up bands. What? Run up bands, run up bands. Run up bands, run up bands. Okay. Run up bands, run up bands.
She from Atlanta, you know that she freaky. I'm smoking banana, run sides looking sleepy. My eyes on Savannah, I might take a trip out the country. Atlanta's too pretty to see. I'm tweaking on gas. Shawty got me hand burning my ass. I be counting up until it fast. Feel like Kobe ballin' never pass. On an island, I'm still in my bag. I don't follow that, just get it back. I can never go broke cause I pay to the game. And they still owe me hundreds on hundreds on hundreds on hundreds on hundreds of racks. I don't really fuck with that bitch, I really like drink. I don't really fuck with that bitch, I'm smoking on smack.
Run up bands, run up bands. Run up bands, run up bands.
I don't really fuck with that bitch, I really like. I don't really fuck with that.
What are you using to produce this?
Run up bands, run up bands.
Like for all these different synths and 808 and stuff.
Run up bands.
I don't really fuck with that bitch, I really like. I don't really fuck with that bitch, I really like drink.
Let's go. Let's go. Y'all give it up one time for Son of Synth. I'm excited we were able to get to this today, man. Let's get into it. Kraken, hold on. What's going on? Stuff is playing. Kraken, welcome back in. Ableton, my analog synth setup, and Serum, and some Korg VSTs. Okay, got you. I like the resonance on the synth in the background too, and the progression too. I'm gonna add something here. So I'm gonna open up something real quick. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna mess with some stuff here just because I'm wanting to kind of hear and feel some changes I'm hearing, some discrepancies I'm hearing between your progression and your lead melodies, pitch wise. So I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit here, but I wanna make sure that I get all of this in order. All right, let's run it from the top. Y'all show some love to Son of Synth. Let's dive in. I'm excited. Wait, that's not it. Where'd it go? Hold on. Where did you go, Son of Synth? Hold on. It just left me. Give me 1 second. I don't know where the song went. There it is. Got it. All right, we're back. Okay, right off the bat. Okay, so this is the first thing I want to dive into. I definitely want to keep mixing this and make it more 100%. I can tell you right now that one of the reasons there's some balancing things in the mix that need some correction in order to give it a little bit less mud, right? But one of the biggest reasons why you're encountering mud is because a lot of your different instruments are playing in different keys. They're playing different notes, they're playing different progressions and different chords. And so they're all kind of clashing over each other. They're all kind of stepping on each other's toes because they're not all pointed in the same direction, right? Just as an example, you have a main progression here. Let's see. It's a G sharp major, if I'm hearing correctly. Let me hear this chord again. I think your song is in G sharp major. Let's see. Yep, right there. You build up here. That's your main progression then. G sharp into the B flat minor, C sharp, D sharp. That's your main progression there. The 808 is actually doing something completely different, right? So the 808, let me hear when it comes in. I want to follow that really quick. And then I'll kind of play you how that manifests itself. We got to get all those things on the same page because they're all doing things that individually sound good, but when they're kind of stepping on each other's toes, playing different things, that's when you're running into some issues there. All right, let me. Hold on. Okay, so here's what's playing. Let's see. Mosh, welcome in. How you feeling? Good to see you. I hope you're doing amazing. Thanks for hopping in over on TikTok. Okay, so this is where my brain's gonna get fried here. I'm trying to listen through the different progressions. You have 3 different elements kind of working in 3 different keys a little bit. Once again, your G sharp major over here, B flat minor, C sharp, D sharp over on the top. That's where your like chord for your synth is going. Then I think your 808, I gotta hear when it first comes in. Is it the D sharp or is it the D flat and then the F? I'm trying to listen to all the different keys at the same time. And the reason I want to bring all of this to the surface, I want to make sure that we can hear these different things happening. And then I want to tell you how you can line them all up. Because that's the missing piece here is how do we just get the 808, the progression of your synths, your lead melody, and what you do vocally all on the same page. Because right now they're not. If we get them all on the same page, now this hits. Now this really punches through and has a lot of energy to it. But if they're all kind of doing different things in different keys, especially speaking specifically to the 808, then we're in trouble. And it's going to feel like there's a lot of kind of nasty tension to it. And there's a difference between like positive dissonance, you know, and like tension in the music that like just makes you feel the emotion of it, right? Like having just like a 7th chord and it's technically playing 2 different chords or whatever, but there's like or even like an augmented chord or a diminished chord that gives you a tension, but it feels really positive in the mix. Like it feels like it all is beneficial to the mix. and just things kind of being, that's like negative tension where you're not really feeling any of the benefit or the resolve of it. So I want to hear this 808 one more time. I got to hear the first note. For 808, I use a sample from a drum pack without putting it on MIDI. Okay, so it's a loop. So what you're going to have to do is change the key of it because it's in the wrong key. It's in the wrong key. Your main progression is like off of I think a G sharp major or something like that. So if you just dropped it in as a loop from a pack, then it's just not going to be in the right key. In this case, we're going to have to pitch it up. So I'll tell you exactly where you need to move it. If I would prefer you do it in MIDI. I'd prefer you do it in MIDI because then you have control and you can just literally place that note exactly where you want to. And I can tell you which notes here in a second too. I'll play it on the bass. Yeah, okay, yeah. If it's a one shot, that's easy. That's super, super easy.
Double like that shit, I'm the man. Okay, he'll make it double like that shit, I'm the man. Synthesize in my hand. Gonna make another track.
I'm trying to listen to when the bass comes in. I'm gonna focus on it for a second because I need to make sure that you know the right notes to bring it in, and there's certain different keys. I gotta make sure I hear that low note. I think it's a C actually. I think it's a C to an F.
Yeah, this one's gonna be.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, that's even. And then that's what we're hearing. That's the progression that we're hearing over the melody. So you have, and then, dude, of course, I got you. That's what we're here for. That's what this whole live stream is about. It's because it would be easy, right? It's very. The easy thing would just be like, oh yeah, it's definitely a muddy mix. I want you to focus on like getting your mix less muddy. I want to make sure that your vocal sits on top. There's a lot of noise, so fix that up, and then we move on. We say, okay, next track. But that doesn't really, just telling you need to get rid of the mud and get rid of the mess and clarify it doesn't necessarily give you anything if someone can't sit here and be like, hey, the 808 is doing a C to an F while the progression is doing a G sharp, A sharp, C sharp, D sharp. Those are two very different things. They don't sound good together. We need to align them. Here's exactly how. That's what I like to do. So I'm always going to make sure that we get into the details and we really target the exact thing that needs to happen. Otherwise, I feel like we're kind of wasting some time. I want to make sure that things are locked in. Okay, so here's what's happening. You have C. That's the progression right there from the 808. It's a C to an F. On the high end here, you have something very different. You have a G sharp to a sharp to a C sharp to a D sharp. Completely different chords. So what we need to do is take this and turn it to a G sharp. So the 808's gonna go dun, dun, and it's gonna follow dun, 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 dun. You have dun, dun, dun. Everything follows. And then you have a high synth. You have that high like melody right there, and you keep it in the same key, because right now I think that's in a different key as well. Everything's following the same. It's at least, they're different notes, but at least in the right key, right? So what you need to make sure when you go into your MIDI, and it's going to sound like this, right? This isn't an 808, it's a synth bass, but just so you can get the idea. G sharp, A sharp, C sharp, D sharp. All right, that's where you're gonna get all of that energy. And then everything's moving together. Just to give kind of an example, this isn't a good, let me switch the bass because I want something to, give me 1 second. No, I just want to find something that'll fit. That's crazy. Wild sounding. Okay, I'm gonna mess around with this. The main thing I want to do is just talk you through kind of how that actually would end up sounding over your track. Now it's gonna sound weird, because yours has a different bass note in it, but you'll kind of get the idea.
Shot.
Can hear even with some of the other mud, you can hear how it kind of just like works together a little bit better, just having that. I mean, this is kind of a cool sounding bass, but it's a little bit different than 808. It just follows the same progression. It follows the same progression as all of your other synth, at least that main really resonant synth that you have. So it all like ties together. It all starts to make sense together, as opposed to them all kind of fighting each other. So all you really need to make sure that you do is that all of your different elements follow the same progression. Once again, G sharp, let me see. Yeah, G sharp, A sharp, C sharp, and D sharp. They all need to follow that. If they all follow that, then things are working together and you're in a good spot. Then we can tackle vocals and stuff like that. But before I even like really touch vocal mix and all of these, what's up, Deb? Welcome in, good to see you. Before we touch vocal mix and all these other details, we need to make sure that the foundation of the track makes sense. The foundation of the track is all pointed in the same direction. Otherwise, you don't actually even like know what like notes or what melodies or octaves or other things to add, because they don't know what progression they're following, because you have them three different progressions in there. So I would really focus on production structure first. Really focus on that, and then I would personally retrack all of your vocals over a much cleaner production. It's going to make more sense to your voice. It's going to make a lot more sense once you start to layer other things, because you'll be like, oh, I'm hearing this in a completely different way right now. It's going to be so much more clean, so much more cohesive. So that's what I would focus on. I would put all of your attention. I wouldn't mess around with vocals just yet. Keep the idea there. Like keep that as a scratch track so you kind of know where you want to go with it. But I would put all of your focus in consistency in your production structure, consistency in your chord progression, your bass line. Get that tight, get it clean, get it exactly where you want it to be. And then from there, you'll have a foundation where you can much more easily add in a vocal and it'll make sense with the melodies that are there. Okay, let me move a little bit further into, I want to hear this lead melody really quick too. Let me get out of this bass for now. I hope this helps. I hope this makes sense. Hopefully this is, this clicks a little bit so you have something. Again, I'm just a fan of actionable feedback. So hopefully there's like a specific thing you can go and target right away. And quick reminder, if you need a reminder on those notes and stuff, all of these live streams are saved to YouTube. So if you would like to go back and like reference what we talked about and go back through those details, as soon as the live stream is over, you can go, I think it's episode 11, if I'm not mistaken. You can go and find yourself in the VOD and go and reference those notes and sounds and stuff again, if it would be helpful to you.
She from Atlanta, you know that she freaky.
Technically, those notes work with it, but again, I think you're basing your vocal, the notes and the tuning and everything, to a key that's not consistently underlining this whole structure, right? So right now you're there's just a lot of There's a lot of tension to it. It doesn't really resolve in a way that feels really, really consistent. So that would be a better note instead of it'd be better to probably have a go back up there, you know, isn't it? It's like a little bit more connected to the progression. Right now, since it's following a different bass line, it's kind of in a different spot over the top there that just doesn't feel like the most cohesive. Now, I am also not here to like change your song. I always want to be careful of that too, like, because I can have strong opinions and I can have I'm an ideas guy. I love ideas. I love throwing out a bunch of ideas. So I don't want to overwhelm you and be like, oh shoot, I need to change like my entire bass line. I need to make sure the progression matches. The synth is in the lead synth in the wrong key. I need to change all the notes to my vocal. Like, I don't want to overwhelm you and feel like I want or need to change your song. I don't want that at all. I want you in tandem to me saying things that could be a little bit more polished, a little bit more professional sounding for you. I also want you to keep in mind your creative expression and your authenticity, right? So when I come up with an idea, I'm saying, hey, this melody could work a little bit better with these chords, or this sound might be a little bit more cohesive with that synth. Take it with a grain of salt. If you want to edit to that, go for it 100%. But also, I want you to honor like your vision for the song, because you're the artist, you're the creative, and that matters more than anything. I'm not like right and this is wrong in any sense. I can just tell you what sounds good together. I can tell you from my experience as a producer and as a musician what's going to feel a little bit more cohesive, what's going to be a little bit more palatable to listen to. But I don't want you to feel like you're like, okay, shit, so a new song is what you're saying. I don't want you to feel that way. I want you to take what you have here and just mold it into something that's a little bit more palatable.
Smoking banana, run sides looking sleep. My eyes on Savannah, I'm about to get trip out the country. Abundance with pretty to see. I'm tweaking off gas. Shawty got me in.
Yeah, because that vocal now is tuned in a key that none of these instruments now are playing in, right? So if we get everything in the same page, then we're just going to change where those... We're just changing where those notes hit. And it's going to be, in this case, tuned to the key of G sharp major. G sharp major is where you want your auto tune and stuff like that.
I be counting up into a fast. Feel like Kobe ballin' never pass. I'm still in my bag. I don't follow that, just get it back. I can never go broke cause I pay to the game and they still owe me hundreds on hundreds on hundreds.
Yeah. So yeah, I want you to focus on the production structure. That to me that matters more than anything. Miko, welcome in. Thank you so much for hopping in here. Let me see. Yeah, exactly. So same thing here. So you're hearing that too. So when you play it on one instrument, it reveals all. Because when you have everything playing different instruments, sometimes it can be a little bit more difficult to hear the tension. You're like, oh, I think that works. It's close. It's close. It's like almost there, right? Like you were saying, it's like, it's almost there. I can tell, but there's something that's not quite clicking. And then you play it through the same instrument. Like if I play this, all of those notes are happening at the same time in your production. And you'd be like, ooh, that doesn't sound good. Separated from an 808 to a high synth melody, it can sometimes separate you from the tension a little bit, but it still gives you a lot of dissonance and a lot of tension that's going to be frustrating to listen to. So what you need to do if you want this minor melody, you'd want it there maybe. You might want it there. So, okay. So probably last little tip, because I really don't want you to focus too much on vocals yet. There's work to be done there, but I think you need to read track over your progression again. And I think that's going to be way better. So I just want to go through the layers. So if we get the progression down like we did, fix that, get your bass notes lined up with that progression. Like we said, G sharp, A sharp, C sharp, D sharp, follow that. And then you have your lead. So these are the three elements I want to focus on the most. Right now you have the C, D, E flat, but that's in the wrong key. To get it in the right key, you need to notch it down twice. Okay, it needs to go down 2 semitones. It needs to start on the A sharp, which is back in our key. So then you have that's way more resolved and way more consistent. So you just need to take it from the C down to the A sharp, which is 2 notes down, 2 semitones down. If you do that with the bass and you do that with your progression, you make sure the vocal is then tuned to that key. So the vocal is then tuned to G sharp major. And then the synth starts there on the A sharp. Now you are in it's a different song. That is like a different sounding cohesive structure. Might still need to be balanced, might still need to be worked out a little bit, but at least everything's pointed in the right direction. And that's what I would focus. Nothing else matters if this feels too chaotic. No part of the mix matters if this feels too chaotic. Focus on the structure, focus on the kind of the correction of these elements, especially bass, progression, and lead. And then everything else will start to slowly fall in place. All of a sudden, you're going to be like, damn, this vocal sounds so different. It's like the vocal is going to jump out a little bit more. It's going to feel more connected. It's going to feel more cohesive. I think it's going to dramatically change the way this song sounds so far. Y'all show some love, man. Give it up for Son of Synth. I'm so glad we were able to get you back in here today. I know you submitted late yesterday, so I'm so grateful for your patience. So grateful that you were able to come in. I mean, your sound design, I like my synth. So I am a big fan of just the resonance of those synths, the energy behind a lot of the layers that you have. We just got to get them all pointed in the right direction so they're doing exactly what you want them to do, right? If you have a vision for it, you just want everything in your production to do what your brain is asking it to do. And if there's a disconnect, that's where you'll hear that tension. Y'all give it up one more time for Son of Synth. Let me double check something real quick. And then just quick, of course, man, I'm absolutely anytime I'm able to help, man. I appreciate you so much. I'll be excited to hear some updates on this track over time as well, or any other music that you're working on too, man. I'm really excited for you because I feel like you understand the sound design part. You understand like building and shaping those sounds. It's just about structure now. If there is anybody that does want to submit your music for a consultation, if you're on TikTok, go to my profile, click on the link, and click on Track Talk Submission. If you are on Twitch, type !submit in the chat. And if you are on YouTube, you can go to the description of the live stream and click on the link from there. These are 20 to 30 minute consultations, just like we just did with this artist. We're going to go deep multiple times through the song, usually 2 or 3 times through the song. We're going to go deep into the mix and master, production elements, sound design, lyric structure, really get into the nuances and the specific elements, the nitty gritty of your music, to give you, tips and tools on the structure of your music so we can help polish it and improve it and just lend a professional second set of ears on your music to give you some tools to improve on your sound. So if that's interesting to you, you can go and find that link, and of course we can get you up on the board and in line. I'm going to give it 1 minute here. I can hear the potential in that record for sure, even though everything's like in the wrong key right now. The melody choice, I could hear it doing something, but it just needs to all be lined up. But like the idea of having like those melodies aren't like inherently wrong or anything at all. I just gotta get it all lined up. Beal, welcome in. Beal, thank you so much for hopping in here. I appreciate you being here. We're gonna shift straight into let's see, just like a random ambiance live. Mino's in the building. What's up, Mino? How you feeling today? Welcome in. Y'all, if you're on TikTok too, make sure y'all are tapping the screen. Share out the live with a few people. And don't forget to send in your heartbeat for the day as well. It does help boost the exposure of the live. And of course, bring more people in to listen to your music as well. Mino, I appreciate you hopping into the live stream. Thanks for being here. I don't have the thing to work on for a video right now because it's just all of those vocal files. It would just be file searching, downloads. That'd be the only thing. Tomorrow's stream, I'll be able to be working on those vocals during it. Definitely. Hold on. What's up, KS? I hope you're doing well, man. What are you up to? What are you up to tonight? up, Jonah? Welcome in. All right, y'all. All right. Yay. Let me check this real quick, y'all. Okay, I can I have a lot of setup for those other vocals, so I'll plan on doing some of those vocals on stream on Friday, if that sounds good to you. That way you can be here for more of them if you want to. Cool. Sounds good. That way I can get all the setup done for that. Yay. All right, I think double check over there. All right, if there's no, I'm probably going to hop off if there's no other consultations tonight, just so I can work on some other stuff. I like that melody. All right, let me do 1 second. What's up, Devin? Welcome in. How are you feeling today? There we go. All right, y'all. I think that's probably going to do it for today. Sorry, I'm editing some things here, changing this this email, so I still have this up here. Wait 1 second. I think that's going to do it for today. I am planning on going live tomorrow. So if y'all are looking to get a consultation or you want to be a part of the live stream in any way, then definitely make sure that you're following. Make sure that you're tapped in tomorrow. We'll be live on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you are wanting to get a detailed consultation on the structure of your music, then definitely tap in then. Just a quick reminder, I say this at the end of every single live. Sorry, I've been working on some other things, but if you are ever interested in services, that is what I do full time. So if you're ever interested in full production packages, if you're interested in custom production, you're interested in mix and master, session work, synths, guitars, live drums, vocals, whatever it may be, feel free to shoot me a message on TikTok, on Instagram. Of course, you can reach out through our website as well, theobsidiankey.com. You can find it at my link, and that way you can go there and you can reach out through the contact form there as well. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I appreciate y'all being here for this live stream today. And hopefully we're able to get into a bit more music tomorrow. I would love that. I would love to get into a bit more music tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all. Have a good rest of your night. And hopefully we'll see y'all soon.